Midjourney V5 is almost here, and as we can see, it's going to be a massive improvement for creating colouring pages. Now, a quick side note before we get into today's video: if you're using Midjourney to create colouring pages, then come through and have a watch of this video just here. In fact, I'll link it down in the description. Now, with this video, it's going to give you lots of tips and tricks on how to craft your prompts to create better colouring pages. So if that's something that you're interested in, then click that link down in the description. So, Midjourney has just announced that they're getting close to releasing V5. That's version 5 of Midjourney. Now, if you're already a paid member or have Midjourney, come over into Midjourney, into Discord, come over to the announcements just here, then have a little read of this. Now, if you're a paying Midjourney member, you can go to this link just here and rate the images. Now, that's what we're going to do in a second. We're going to come over to here and take a look at the new images, but I just want to go over a little bit more of this. Now, these images are not representative of the V5 algorithms that they will be releasing soon. These images are plain, boring, unopinionated to help the system learn whether V5 should have a different style from V4. So, what we're going to take a look at isn't going to actually be V5, but in my opinion it's going to be a lot better. Now, why is that? Well, when they released the V4 comparison, that's this link just here, it was nowhere near as good as the actual release. So that's what I think is going to happen with V5. Now, with V5 at the minute, with these images just here, again, I think when it's actually released, the images are going to be a lot better. But taking a look at these in a second, you will see that these actually look pretty good. Now, first of all, I've actually gone ahead and taken a look at quite a few of these images. I've already done 284, and in a few of them I found some colouring pages already done, or almost colouring pages. So if we take a look at this just here, we can see that the quality is going to be so much better. This is one that I found and which I thought looked really good, so I quickly saved it so I could show you. I'm just going to go through a few more examples of these as well. There's this one as well which I thought looked amazing. Look at the shading on this. So if this is not going to be V5, and if I think that V5 is going to be even better, then there's going to be some amazing colouring pages that you can actually create when it's released. Because look at this just looks really good quality. So when it's actually released, I think that you're going to be able to create really amazing colouring pages. Now, that's the second one which I wanted to show you. We have a third one just here, looks pretty cool as well. Now, one thing to note as well, it seems like they've almost sorted the problem with hands and things like that. Now, if you've been using V4, then you know that when you're creating any type of images, if they have hands or things like that in the images, they're always slightly off. Now, in the images which I've been looking at, it seems like most of the time it's been sorted, but they're still there. So I reckon when V5 launches, with a few variations, you'll be able to get really good images. Now, we have this one just here, which I thought looks pretty good as well. And then this one, not the best, but it still looks fairly good. And then these ones just here, these are all coloured images, not quite actual colouring pages, but it gives you an idea on what you're going to be able to achieve. So that looks good. I thought this looked amazing. If we could do this in black and white, then that would be pretty cool. Then I found this one as well. So as we can see, like I said, the hands now look a million times better. But remember, this isn't a representation of V5, but I personally think that V5, again, is going to be so much better. I've got this one just here. If this was in black and white, then this would be awesome. And same with this. Not too sure about that on the face, but again, really good quality. Now let's go back over to here really quick and let's just go through a few of these images so you can see what they look like. And again, if you're already a paid member within Midjourney, come into the announcements, then click on this, and then you can go through and rate these images yourself. So let's just go through a few of these and start rating them. Remember, this is all about your personal preference. So I quite like this cat. Let's click on there. What do we have next? We have a table full of donuts and some creepy weird thing in the forest. So let's click on that one. I quite like this one as well. So let's click on that. Now look at this. Look how good quality and realistic. This isn't proper realistic because this is more of a portrait, but nonetheless it looks really good. Let's click on there. So look at this, the hands slightly off, but the image of the dog is absolutely spot on. Look at that paw as well. Now let's click on that. Out of these two, I like the ring, so let's click on that one. These look pretty cool. So look at this, the hands look absolutely perfect. Now let's click on that one. I really like this one just here. This looks really good. The dog, or whatever that is, kind of looks like a fox, is missing an ear. But look at that bike. So one thing that I want to create is vehicle colouring pages, whether that's bikes, trains, planes, cars, and things like that. And with this new update, it's going to be so much easier. Now let's click on that one. Look at this cat wearing the glasses. That looks really good. And look, there's no issues with it whatsoever. Now out of these, I kind of like that R, so let's click on there. So look at this car. Look how realistic that looks like. It literally looks like it's a photo. So let's click on that one. I like this cat, so let's click on there. This looks pretty cool as well. So does this one. I'm hoping we'll do this for another 30 seconds or so, but I'm hoping like another style colouring page pops up. But nonetheless, it hasn't so far. I like that. Out of these, again, look at that. Look at the hands. They look practically perfect. Now, I actually quite like that one. And these look very strange. So let's click on that one. Look at the turtles. Ninja Turtles, one of my favourite kids shows growing up. So let's click on that. So look at this. This is more of a colouring page style. If this was black and white, this would look brilliant. Again, with the hands, look really great. This one kind of looks a bit like Jessica Rabbit. Let's click on that. I like this one as well. Now, one thing to note, as you can see from these images, if you're creating kids' storybooks with illustrations, you're going to be able to make really amazing illustrations. I quite like this grumpy cat, so let's click on that. This looks very, very lifelike. Now, this looks like an actual photo. I wouldn't know the difference between a photo and this AI generated image. Now let's click on that one. Let's just click a couple more. I quite like that one. Out of these, I like the building. I like this pink mouse and this one just here. So it doesn't look like any more colouring pages are going to pop up. Let's just go through them pretty quick. Let's click on that one. I like this one. This looks really good. So imagine if that was black and white and in a colouring book, that would look amazing. I quite like this one. That one's a bit weird, so let's go with that one. And I think we'll just stop there because it looks like no more colouring pages are going to pop up. But nonetheless, this is a massive improvement on the V4. And I can't wait for it to be released. Now, what's your thoughts on this? Are you excited for this to be released? What do you have planned with using V5? Drop a comment down below. And remember, if you're a paid Midjourney member, come through into the announcements, click on here, and then start rating the images yourself. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, go hit subscribe as well. And if you'd like to see the rest of my AI videos, then click right here and watch this playlist.